Welcome back, YouTube. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the lava box and the hype that was behind it and what I'm having an issue with. So there's been a lot of good things come out. Grim Green, Rip Trippers, Vaping with Twisted 420 all put out their stuff on this and they loved it. Feels good in the hand, and I've got the packaging pulled apart right here. I want to say thank you to Vape Savvy and Visalia for giving me this mod to review. Now, we'll go over some of the specs, where to get it, and price. I'm going to leave this up to you guys. So the price is $169.99. You can pick it up online from Volcano ecigs.com. And let's go over some of the overview that they have on their website. It says this high performance mod is armed with the Evolve's powerful DNA 200 microchip for a feature-rich vaping experience. The Lava Box is equipped with the latest in temperature control, has a powerful output of up to 200 watts, backed with an internal lithium polymer battery, cell-by-cell monitoring, and built-in 1 amp balanced charger. Here's the thing, 1 amp balanced charger. Now, this has nothing to do with Volcano. There's been some people thinking that because this does come with a wall charger that is a 2 amp wall charger, that this thing would do the zip charging like the Vapor Shark. Does not do it. It only does the 1 amp. From what I've seen looking at some of the threads and stuff through Evolve, Evolve has made a chip that is a little bit larger to accommodate special features for the zip charging for a 2 amp charger. This one does not have that. Most of which are all charged at a 1 amp pace. So it will take a while to charge. It's not that hour and a half that some people have thought. But we'll go over that in a minute. It says, with upgradable firmware to keep you on top of your ever-changing vaping world, the Lava Box is the only DNA 200 box mod that you will ever need. Okay, so that's just a 200 watt device that Evolve is putting in this chip. The things that are behind it are amazing. The chip itself I love, and I have fallen in love with. I'm actually vaping on the H-Cigar VT200 right now with my Archon and 2-post deck. Wonderful chip, I love it. Now, with this has a 10 watt hour battery. In terms of the 10 watt hour, it's like a 900 mAh battery. Or if you were to run a single battery, you could kind of adjust for that, as seen in Phil Basardo's videos on that and how to equate. But, so we'll get over this. It's got the, if I can get this thing out of the box, sorry. So it says Lava Box Evolve DNA 200. We're sitting, and it comes to where it looks like it's fairly well charged. Now, you can still charge it. Has a good charge on it, so it's meant to come straight out of the box and work. Most of these DNA 200 devices are going to have a built-in LiPo battery. Battery life is going to be dependent on you. My father-in-law picked one of these up, and he's loving it, other than battery life. But he's running the CCI Triforce tank on it with a nickel coil. Since then, I've loaded some graphs and charts on there for the resistance under eScribe, to be able to handle the titanium and register titanium, so that way he doesn't have to try to adjust anything different. With this one, it was only lasting him an hour and a half before charges, 2 hours tops. That has to do with the amp drain. So what I did notice, and I've done it with this device here, is just like this one. Let's see, this one's a little bit brighter, see if we can get it to... No. Anyway, this one's a 0.33 build. It is not in temp control, and I'm running it at 100 watts. Now, if I unplug this, and I vape quite heavily, if I unplug this at about between 7 and 8 in the morning, I can go until about 10 o'clock at night vaping on this. That's pretty good. That's about what I was getting out of my dual 18650 mods and charge time. So, you really, really do want to build these to your box. And what I mean by that, when you go into Steam Engine or a lot of these other ones, the Steam Engine is the easiest one to go on the computer. If you have an Android phone, download the app. You can plug in your different specs and figure out where the ideal spot is for you. Now, if I want to be able to hit the full 200 watts and I want to be able to maximize my battery life. It tells me to build right around a 2.9 something, 2 something like that build on the resistance, so I can maximize that. Now, I've tried vaping this at 200 watts and it's absolutely insane, and it is way too much for me. 100 watts on my Archon is nice. I have my Hobo and I run that at about 70 watts, so I can get even longer on that one. So go in and factor in where you're going to be vaping, what the highest you're going to be vaping at is, and plug that in to Steam Engine and figure out what you're going to do to maximize the battery life, because it's not just to swap out and run. Now, you can plug these in, and while they're charging, you can vape. The problem is that as soon as you hit that fire button, it stops charging, you vape, and then it starts charging again. So it's not a full-on pass-through. You can do it. You're not getting the pass-through like you're running off the power of the USB cord, though. So you want to maximize that time. Now, nice box, feels good in the hand. Got to meet these guys at ECC in August down in Pomona, California. Nice guys. Due to this box being released, the shop at Vape Savvy waited a long time to get any DNA 200 devices. We wanted to go with these, and I think we made a mistake. Like I said, there's been a lot of good reviews, and 40% of the boxes that we received on the first round, the night that they were released, we ordered. 40% of those boxes had something wrong. Biggest common, okay, so you can see this is a nice flat design here. You might be able to see the button protrude just a little bit right there, but it's fairly flat. Now, this one's not doing it, but we did have buttons that if you went to fire this, let's see if you can see where my thumb is, and your hand was smaller and you hit the corner, the button would stick. The way I found that out was, customer buys this device, we check it out, screw the atomizer on, never even touch the fire button, never. Screw it on, and what happens is the atomizer started firing. I'm trying to figure out why. Tapped the button and I realized the button was sticking. Unscrewed it, and then I realized that if you hit anywhere, just in that one corner, it would stick. Anywhere else or flush, it was fine. So, took that one, set it aside, grabbed another one, made sure everything was okay, and it worked just fine. But a 40% statistic on ones that weren't working properly wasn't that great. We were a little concerned. Next problem we had, a customer goes to buy it and was asking questions and says, well, how do I charge it? So we were trying to explain. Plug it in USB, you just plug it in. It comes with a provided charger. You don't even have to have a smartphone for it or any other charging device that you can plug that into. You can use this, plug it in, and we realized, hey, the screen lights up, but it doesn't charge. And it wouldn't charge. So we messed on eScribe, tried to do the reset charge, tried to mess with it, no such luck. Now, unfortunately, we are still stuck with those devices because we have tried to contact Volcano ecigs several times by email and by phone. Every time we've called by phone, somebody's answered the phone. Now, mind you, they are in Hawaii. I'm in California. There's a 3-hour difference. I understand that. But somebody's answered the phone. An actual person answered and said, oh, this person's out to lunch, or the people that handle that are out to lunch. I'll have them give you a call as soon as they get back in. Not a problem. Problem is, we never got a phone call back. So we'd call back. Same thing. Oh, those people are busy or they're unable to take the call. Can I take a message? Yeah, this is the problem we're having. We've got some devices that are defective. One won't charge. We got a button issue. We got, okay, we'll have them call you back. Nothing. So get on Facebook. Try that. And they hit me back. Oh, we're so sorry to hear about that. But Adam, whoever Adam is, will be contacting you by the end of the business day. Please, let us know if he resolves your issue. Adam never contacted. Do it again. Nobody ever contacted. So, looking at their site, they're supposed to, one of the things as a retailer, we're supposed to honor the warranty on the boxes. Sorry, that was the wrong one. Honor the warranty on these boxes. Well, for us to honor the warranty, we check them. We, visually inspect it, make sure there's no visual damage, charge, whatever. Figure out, okay, something's wrong. It looks like an issue. So what we do is we have them fill out the paperwork. We ship it back. And within 2 weeks of the time of purchase, they will pay for shipping, for us to ship it and to ship it back. If it's after the 2 weeks, but within 90 days, you pay for shipping, and if it's defective, they pay for shipping to return a new device, or if they find there's nothing wrong with that device and they're able to fix it, then they'll pay for shipping coming back. So you still only pay the one way. And most flat rate boxes like $6, no big deal. But we can't get anything on this. And the time's rolling on this, and we can't figure out what's going on. So I've still been in contact with them, trying to get a hold of somebody. Now it's Sunday night, day after Halloween, November 1st is when I'm shooting this. They're telling me that somebody's supposed to contact me as soon as their office is open tomorrow morning, which means I'm assuming roughly 8 o'clock, and that would put about noon my time. Again, I'm open all day long, and the shop will be open all day long. The owner will have his phone on all day long. We'll see what happens. But as of right now, this is a nice device. You've got that plastic cover on it, right there. Plastic cover. It's a hard, almost like polymer plastic. It's not super grippy, but it does give it a little texture to it instead of just the anodized metal on there. Nice spring-loaded 510. Everything about this box I like. We wanted these boxes so badly, and what's sad is that they came out to be so popular that we would love to be able to continue to carry these and continue to order these and continue to put these on our shelf. We wanted this to be our only DNA 200 device. We wanted this to be our main shelf device. We can't do it. Not with the way things are going. You've got designed in Hawaii on the bottom, some vent holes on the bottom here. You've got, let's see, some engraving here for airflow. Again, nice device. It's all 61 billet aluminum. The buttons are even aluminum. It's just got that one little plastic screen here where it bezels down. That piece is plastic where the buttons house. But another thing, battery, serviceable. So you take off your plastic, take off 2 long screws here. Again, there's been other reviews on this to show you how to do it. One thing I do like, there's 2 plugs. You get the balance plug on almost all these devices. Plugs in, that's your balance charger for it. It monitors your cells each so they charge evenly. This one though has the positive and negative connection that actually already has a plug on it. So when you order it, you don't have to worry about cutting a wire or snipping off some heat shrink or anything like that. You can just unplug this thing when the battery goes out, get a new battery, pop it in, you're good to go. But because of lack of response and lack of dedication to their own product, to me this is a flop. People are spending their hard money on this. So like I said, very nice device. Do I suggest buying it from Volcano online? No. And the reason being is because the issues that we're having, 20% people, 20% of our boxes, or no, I'm sorry, 40%. 40% of our boxes had an issue. That's a little high of a rate. So if you know a shop that has these and you can actually physically go in and check buttons don't stick, hey, you mind plugging it in, make sure it charges, everything's okay? As long as that's good, great device. So the battery life on it though, like I said, you really need to build it for the box and your vaping. If you don't ever vape over 100 watts, build it for 100 watts or build it for 80 watts to maximize your battery life out of this. And your battery should last you close to a day, and there shouldn't be an issue with it. Like I said, I'm running this, I'm getting a full day out of it, no problem. And with this one, you can do the same thing as long as it's built right and you do it to that. There's a lot of people who don't understand, oh, you know, I need to go lowest resistance possible. Well, box mod, you don't need to. There's several people out here that explain that. Pegasus is one of them. Phil Basardo is another. And they go into depth on why you need to do that. Check those out if you haven't, so you understand that if this is your first box and you want to run it that way. Now, the one thing I do say about this chip and all these devices is the chip itself I love. eScribe's amazing. To be able to put a nickel build on there and run dual coils and run it hot enough like I would in non-temp mode with a dripper is awesome. It's amazing. Evolve, you knocked this one out of the park by far. The only thing I wish I could say is that Lava Box did the same thing. Now I know that the charging board is part of that, but in order for us to be able to deal with any kind of warranty or deal with any issues, we need to go through Lava Box. Lava Box, step up your game, listen to your customers, and especially I'm seeing other customers that are getting great responses from you guys. But as a shop and working at a shop, if a shop's ordering 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 of these things at a time, and this is what you guys are doing when you have a defective product, they're not going to keep putting them on their shelves. These guys buy in bulk. The average customer buys one. Everybody's important here. Everybody is buying your product. Whether it be the shop buying 10 or 20 and selling them to each customer, or if one customer is buying them straight through you, you guys should be handling everything the same. I understand things get busy, but come on, get on the ball. So, because of Volcano ecigs themselves, 2 thumbs down, Lava Box. Sorry guys. Wish I could say more. There's been other reviews out if there's other technical specs you guys want, but just for me, I'm going to package this back up and say thank you to Vape Savvy, but I'm going to give it back. I'm not going to even mess, like I said, I've used it. Used another customers that bought one that was not defective, and great box, really is. But this one itself, I literally just opened up to show you guys that it was in there, show you guys the button issue, talk about the balance charging, and this one's going back to Vape Savvy because I don't want anything to do with them. So thumbs down, not gonna mess with them. I hope everybody else that has one has a better experience, and that Volcano gets on their game a little bit. We'll see how things turn out. Love to be able to review the device and tell people that, oh yeah, they're great to deal with, but as of right now, they're really not. And even if they call us tomorrow, I'm still going to say not the best experience to deal with because of the problems we've had. So until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in, and have a good one.